Sawa.
All right. Oh, I look so good and good. Oh my God.
Naona ngakimonda wacho introduction inasumbuanga tu kila siku. Si tuanze tu. Anyway, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're watching. This is Bango Africa, weekly uncensored dose. And for the first time ever, tuko na mrembo studio.
For real?
Yes.
It's the first time.
Yes.
Have broken the podcast virginity for women.
Yeah, you're the first, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yes. The first female guest. You're honored.
And the only one?
Pigie makofi. Anyway, karibu sana.
Asante.
Weekly Uncensored Dose is a platform. Tunaongea vitu vile ziko. We don't abuse people.
Yes.
Yeah. We mostly do Kikisi, Kiswahili, Kizungu. We're comfortable.
Yes.
But we talk about different things. So Leo. Due to public demand. Anyway, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me.
Salimia mtazamaji.
Hi, wasikilizaji, watazamaji ambao mnasikiza hii platform. How are you? My name is Fredah and I'm so happy to be the first woman kuapia kwa hii show yenu. Keep it that way. Muendelee hivyo.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
So because wewe ndio mrembo wa kwanza. So si tuongea mambo ya mahusiano kidogo. Are you ready for that?
Oh yes.
Watu wanapendana, wanaachana, wanapigana, wanatuangana. Wengine wana thrive.
Wengine wanakuwa widowed, wengine wana travel majuu, relationship inaisha.
So a lot of things.
Yes.
Anyway, did the Western influence change our way of relating?
I don't think so. I really don't. I think, first of all, let's start here. That kila binadamu, in our DNA, we have the primal need for a companion.
Yes.
It's a hole in everybody's soul. Some people may decide to ignore that hole, where someone decides, I am going to be single forever. Sitaki story ya mapenzi.
Acha nikae vile niko.
Nilikuja peke yangu na nitaenda peke yangu. There are people that want to fill that hole with a lot of people. And
to call us polygamous.
They call themselves polygamous, but really it's just an emptiness they're feeling.
Serious?
Yes, it is.
What do you mean emptiness?
Why do you need more than one person in your life? If you really think about it, unapata mtu ana feel kuna kitu Fredah ananipea, kuna kitu Agnes ananipea, kuna kitu Miriam ananipatia, and it's because the emptiness in you ina demand kujaziwa hizo vitu, because you've not found things around you that can fill that gap. So that you don't need to have so many partners. So it's usually the emptiness and also the lack of self-awareness that it's just my personal opinion that pushes people to get more than one partner. They are not satisfied. You are with someone but you feel alone. You know.
Acha nikuulize. So are you for one man, two women, one man, one woman, one lady, two men?
I am for people to, personally, in my personal life, I'm very monogamous. Very 100% monogamous. But again, we know that people have the freedom to do what they want to do with their relationships. If you feel like you need more than one, to each their own. But also the problem comes in when Nyaswabu wants two women. He meets Fredah that wants one man, a monogamous relationship.
And the only one to that man.
Yes. You meet Fredah that is monogamous, that wants a monogamous relationship. Nyaswabu, you know from the moment you were born that you don't want to have one woman. Then you lead Fredah to believe that you only want her. And then you change up. along the way.
Okay.
It's not different from marrying me, and we'll come to now the Western ideas of relationships. I don't really think they're even Western, because what could be the issues we are talking about here? Are we talking about prostitution? Is it a Western idea? No, it is not.
Yeah.
It's not a Western idea. What is prostitution? It's the exchange of sex.
I know, for money.
For money.
I'm asking this because mzungu alifika Kenya in the 1900s.
Yes.
Before that, our grandfathers had at least 2 women. At least 2, unless there was one who couldn't manage. So yeye ndiye alikuwa anabaki na mmoja kwa hiari yake. My great grandpa nasikia kuna watu wapi na wapi na wapi, and then that time there was land.
Yes.
Then mzungu came. Nebuku Bible akatusomea.
Yes.
Katuambia it's good for a man to marry one. That's all wanasemanga, that says the Lord. Then if you look at their soaps, the content they feed us.
Yes.
Soap opera, the TV stuff, zote ni mwanamke mmoja, mwanaume mmoja. Why I'm asking this is because in mzungu ana dating mtu mmoja, wakikosana anamwacha, ana date mwingine. If they marry, ni kuoa, tuachane, tena nioe. It's not a big deal. But for us, kitu inaitwa ni umeacha mtu alafu na divorce, it's not African. Yes, that's what I'm asking. Like, is it the idea ama ni
aba kuzinkwira ni bange chombo simbange kwira ntobwate rules chokwira nchombe inugusi
nchi akabaire.
Is that not divorce?
Kala nchi akabaire.
That is divorce. We can say it has been popularized lately, but it's not a new Western idea. It is not.
By the time chombe chiko irana, then that case is unsolvable.
Exactly. But is it divorce or not? Yes or no? Is it divorce or not? You see, the thing is, kama hiyo kitu nasema juu ya the polygamy and everything, I don't know if whoever will be watching this will be able to follow. Polygamy in Africa was very structured.
Yes.
There is polygamy on one hand, and there's promiscuity.
Yes.
On the other hand, they are not the same thing.
They are not the same thing.
Yes, and most people today are promiscuous. They are not polygamous. Okay. There is a difference. In polygamy, this man officially married more than one wife, provided for them, provided structure for this family, provided resources for this family, and we are talking about giving them land to till. Yes. Because, by the way, in our culture, in most African cultures, you are getting married and then you get the land. Your work is to till with your children.
Yes.
And you make it
to make the land productive.
Yes, for yourself and for your children. Everybody knew where their land was, their piece of land was, and everything. Sasa hii ya kulipa rent behind your wife's back. Sasa hii ya kununua nini Valentine's flowers, unakimbia na pikipiki from one plot to the other. Hiyo si polygamy. Hiyo ni umalaya.
You just saying it as it
is. Yes, kuna difference. You're being a male prostitute, and I'm sorry to say, and you're spending your money. You are sinning, in fact. So that is not polygamy. And also let us look at capitalism. You see, wanaweza sema ni mzungu alileta mambo from a religious point of view. Unaweza sema mzungu alileta mambo ya monogamy,
cultural imperialism.
Yes, but can we also look at finances? Capitalism, where now people had to go to work. You get an education, you go to work, you have a designated salary that you get. Unaona sasa sahi, it's not a matter of niko na mahindi kwa shamba. It's a matter of utalipa fee. Kitambo fee nini kusoma ilikuwa unafundishwa with your grandparents. Yes. No fees required because the payment was in the next generation. You will be a grandmother and you will teach your children's children. So hakukuwa na school fees. If any, ilikuwa ng'ombe. unaweza peana kuku hapa, unaweza peana mbuzi hapa. Sasa mzungu amekuja, roads have been built, people are buying and selling, everything has, the currency imechange. Now it's not barter trade, it's money. And with money comes budgets. So you have to pay school fees in Mangu, there's another child in Alliance. So piga hiyo hesabu kuwe na mabibi watatu. Na generally, most men are not even that rich. Because resources, again, just like any other thing, is very competitive.
Yeah.
So you find it's a few politicians that can afford 10 wives. Because Nyaswabu here, ukilipa school fees shule tatu, unainua mikono. So it's not that wazungu walileta polygamy. Iwalileta monogamy. It's just that polygamy was unsustainable in the new capitalistic system.
Okay.
You know? Yeah. That's how I think about it, at least.
Ni maoni yako.
Yes.
From your point of view.
Yes.
Another thing
my informed guess.
Another thing I was looking at is, you see, when the African context had a way of handling marriages that don't work.
Yeah.
You know, mzungu yako, either black or white, I work to achane. Africa, they used to bring, ndio maana anti yako walikuwa wanakuja, wanakaa wanaongea shida ni nini. If it's not working, they, even the wife, kama ilikuwa shida ni kujifungua, kushika mimba na kadhalika, they could give, so mimi I can't do that, let me bring you another wife. So the wife marries another wife to the husband. So ndio maana naangalia from a point of, do we look at the Western too much and go into them too much, tukajisahau?
In fact, that is something most people say, and I don't think it's a fair conclusion as to what marriages looked like in the Western world, because that's not true. It is not true that the Western people ilikuwa black and white, that you can divorce and all that. You see, I hope this is the kind of platform where I can say things from a very logical point of view na watu wafuate. Women in the Western world, kama kuna watu wamesafa in marriage, it is women in the Western world. Because it's only in 1964 when they were able to start voting on issues.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the other day. Kenya ndio ilikuwa inapata independence. It's just the other day in the 70s ndio walianza kufungua bank account. So women operation in marriage in Western world, it looks different from Africa, but the structures are the same. The reason why your grandmother will not wake up and leave your grandpa is because of submission by compulsion. Submission by compulsion ni nini? I'm submitting because I have to. Sasa, your grandmother was uneducated. She did not have any way of making money. In fact, in Kenya, hii Kenya tunaongea, hata early 2000s, still people were demonizing women working. Demonizing. Unasikia huyo hata
even up to now.
Even up to now. Unasikia huyo akipata kazi atakukalia. Yes. Unaona? So your grandmother, usidhani ati they were enjoying, ni ile wanaona sina option, and because you are a man and you have the upper hand and you are going to marry whether I like it or not, I might as well join the bandwagon. I know this is not the conversation people expect when they hear ati mambo na culture versus nini, just because our grandparents and our great-great-grandparents stayed in polygamous marriage, it doesn't mean they were always happy. That is why mpaka rega 2026 soko nyora abantu in polygamous relationships bado wakorogana. If your grandmother was so happy with it, why were they frequenting nyumba za waganga kutafuta pesa, kutafuta dawa za kunini, dawa za kuzuia mtoto wa mtu asiajiriwe? The world has not changed. Women's feelings about polygamy have not changed today. Ni vile sasa saa hii wako na options.
Are you guys not selfish?
Yes, we are. And what's wrong with being selfish? Human beings are, oh my God, I wish, now, maybe it's time I tell your viewers, Mimi, I've studied international relations. Yes. And when we look at international relations and how people interact with each other, before I study how Kenya interacts with Tanzania, I have to narrow it down to Ruto. I have to narrow it down to Nyaswabu. Nijue ukikutana na Msukuma from Tanzania, how are you thinking? And in one of those theories of how human nature is, there's a theory inaitwa realism. In realism, we say that human beings are hardwired to put self-interest first before anything.
It's me.
It is me.
Yes.
When a man wants to marry 10 wives, they are not thinking about the wives. They are thinking about how can I get more? It is selfish. When a woman is thinking, I don't want my husband to marry a second wife, it's not because ati nini. Anapiga hesabu second wife akikuja, mali nilikuwa napewa sukari 1 kg,
itapewa nusu.
Itapewa. So yes, it is true. And there's nothing wrong with being selfish. The thing is with polygamy, for me, and this is just my opinion, I am not I don't have authority. I could decide who marries how many wives. But the thing is, polygamy does more harm than good. And there are people that will speak out there, watanisikia waseme, you know, I came from a polygamous family and I'm okay. Are you? Are you really? Are you comfortable with your step brother being wealthier than you? Yani, are you comfortable? Kuna vitu zenye tukiangalia kwa ground kusema ukweli. It is men's selfishness and men's lack of self-control that has been normalized so much so that people think it is normal to have a wife and still impregnate 5 people out there.
I'm coming there because we were talking about ule anajulikana.
Yes.
Yes. Nyaswabu, you know, wife number 1, number 2, number 3. But now there is where I was going to.
Yeah.
Things have changed. Sasa nitakuwa na yule mmoja.
Yeah.
Sema for example ni Fredah. Then instead of bringing the others home, au acha mmoja akae Kiambu, mwingine akae Kikuyu, mwingine akae Kisumu. They are out there. Wewe unashuku tu wako but you don't have evidence.
Na unajua guide ya kuambi. Wengine unajua your fathers kama we age yako baba yako sasa, you'll know your siblings when he dies. I don't know if he's alive. Ako hai?
It's a story for another day.
I knew it. Your fathers lived at a time where the transition was happening.
Yes.
So they didn't know how to balance inability to afford more than one wife and the hard wiring in your makewa that mwanaume lazima kuwe na bibi more than one. So what they did was to have the official wife that they can afford with the new state of the world.
Yes.
And then after that, they found another woman on a budget uko nje. So akirusha 200 500 because huyu si bibi yake na huyu bibi haizi claim anything kwa sababu hajawahi muoa officially. So ako koraigo and then the day anakufa. Unapata mtu anafanana babako kukuliko. Unaangalia unasema huyu ndiye wa babangu. Mimi nilikuwa nadhani mimi ni wa babangu. Lakini huyu ndio wake sasa. And they leave a lot of heartbreak behind. So you don't even know how to mourn your father because here is betrayal and also there is grief. And people need to be more sympathetic with their wives. Because I've seen so many women, mtu hata anashindwa analia aje. Did you see that woman in Kakamega? Mwenye alisimama kwa matanga akasema nataka kutangaza saa hii mtu asiniachie mtoto hapa. Huyu mwenye amekufa hata nyinyi mnajua vile alikuwa anapenda. Na hata nyinyi mnaona kashamba akako. So ujitoe.
Alikuwa anajua bwana yake.
Yes, alikuwa na already watu walikuwa washakuja wamemapproach. Anasema mtu kama unasikia kulia lia pole pole. Tumalize matanga tuzike, mu witness ameenda ndio mniache na amani.
And I was asking like which one is better because either way these men have something out there unless they are faithful of course and they have one. So which one is better? Amlete ujue huyu yuko ama akae na wewe mmoja and then aweke ule mwingine huko nje.
The better one is for me the best way around this issue is
these are two devils.
Yes, no, the best way is to have men that are accountable about their bodies.
Okay.
The same way we tell women to be accountable for their bodies, that same energy, let us raise boys who are, number one, by the way, if you're doing a business with a man that is a serial cheater, you shouldn't trust that person. Because if they can cheat on someone who sleeps with them, where do you trust that they can do a proper business with you? That is why most of them go to politics, because politics is where liars thrive. They know that, like, it's their nature. Science has proven that if you do something in 3,000 hours, you become an expert at it.
3,000 hours?
Yeah, 10,000, sorry, 10,000 hours. That's around 3 years.
Okay.
So if you take 10,000 years cheating, etikuwe maisha yako yote hakuna relationship umeikuwa faithful. You become a cheat and those lines become blood. You don't know whether yani it will not stop at women.
Kuna strikes.
If your friend is a serial cheater, wewe jua tu, if it benefits him, he will steal from you. If it benefits him, he is going to betray you. Ni wale wenye wana betray kina Ngondo yule mwenye aliuliwa. Ukichunguza maisha huyo mtu, he was unfaithful in something. So
it's something that has been growing.
Ni tabia ina rotate hivi. Now let me tell you, men are not polygamous by nature. Hear me out. Before murushe nduru. You are not polygamous in nature. There's a study yenye tulikuwa tunafanya in IR, ilikuwa inauliza is war nature or nurture? Do people do things that they do because it comes naturally to them? Or do they do that because they've learned to do it? And my assessment is that men cheat because nobody has taught them otherwise. You were born with by a cheating father. His grandfather was like that. His great-grandfather was like that. And then you are raised in a society that tells you as a man, you are right. Mpaka inafika mahali penye hata msichana akikulipia kitu, you feel like it reduces your manhood. You know why? Because you've been raised to think that being a man is being
in charge.
Follow me. Yes. Nataka munifollow pole pole. Anything that describes a woman, the way a man describes being a man, they describe it by how not to be a woman. You were taught how not to be a woman.
Yes.
Mpaka unaambiwa wacha umama. Kulia ni ni umama.
Men don't do that.
Sasa hiyo kutokuwa umama ni nini? That is where they draw the line. They were never taught if kukua weak ni umama. Then what does it mean to be a man? They describe a man as the opposite of being a woman. Instead of saying you are a man, this is how you function. If you sleep with too many women, for example, this is what it does to your spirituality. But they tell you can sleep around because a woman shouldn't sleep around. Umeona? It's the opposite of what a woman is. So you grow up struggling not to be a woman, you forget how to be a man.
I get you.
And then, let me debunk this thing here, nature versus nurture. Is polygamy nature? It's not. It is nurture. Let me explain. Can we look at carnivorous animals? Mlikuwa mnasoma characteristics of kingdom animalia.
Yes.
Mnaambiwa sijui hizi kingdom ziko hivi na hizi characteristics. Ziko na meno fulani. Thank you very much. An ego. An ego, for it to be naturally an ego, what does it need? Talons. It has very sharp eyesight. It has strong grip. Why? The strong beak. That is what makes an ego naturally an ego. Sindio? So when something is natural to you, you are given the natural equipment to naturally execute that nature. True or false?
Okay.
True or false?
Bring it to men.
Bring it to men. So if naturally you are meant to be with more than one woman, weka 1 + 1. Do you think it would be 1?
Really?
Naturally, number 2, look at men at 40, 35, 40. In fact, siku hizi wanasema ni 35 scientists. Erectile dysfunction ishaanza kuingia.
Si mafuta mingi.
If you are naturally meant to be polygamous, it would be longer, stronger, because it's natural to you. longer, stronger. Look at the studies of how long men are lasting today.
Lifestyle, mafuta mingi.
Then if that lifestyle has changed, it means you no longer have the natural capacity to do what you're calling natural. It's not natural. That is something you've learned in your head that you have to. And this is a question I'm going to ask men if they have the capacity to be honest. Because when I say men are dogs, men are liars.
I want to say 3 minutes is a good time. Anything above that.
Let me reverse it to women. Women are naturally supposed to have more than one man. This is controversial, but let me ask you, naturally, a woman's body can expand and contract. Ukweli ama uongo?
Ukweli.
So between a man and a woman, who is able to handle different sizes?
Acha waseme, mimi hiyo story siko.
If you say it is natural, you should have the natural, the natural equipment to enable you to do what you call natural. So a woman's body, can I?
You already said.
But it's a biological word. By that siwezi kuwa censored. Because unless niseme the other word that starts with a P,
no.
which is wrong. So if can expand and contract. What does that tell you about a woman's ability to take more than one? She can take a big one, she can take a small one, depending on size. It's the same it says that women should cheat. I'm just telling you, I'm debunking the idea that men are naturally polygamous. They are not, because they don't have the natural assets to enable polygamy. But women do. Women can give birth to a baby size ya hii ya kichwa. Her stomach, her womb can expand and contract at will. So I was saying women's capacity to carry more than one person. Hata ukiangalia pictures za women, unapata mwanamke amebeba mtoto kwa mgongo, kuna maji kwa kichwa, kuna nini. Sasa hata wewe tumia akili yako.
Is something you do to give to wahurumie?
No, it is not. Ebu ask your mother, how many chores did you see your father execute in your house growing up? Be honest. I don't know, when men say we provide, they mean financially. They mean I pay bills. Okay? But when a woman says I provide for my home, the difference is how we see that provision. Women currently, these are statistics, over 90% of unpaid labor in Africa is done by women.
Unpaid labor.
Unpaid labor. That means this woman is going to the river. You don't quantify that, by the way, as providing. That one ni ameenda mtoni. This woman will come and cook. She will plant a teacher. In fact, in Kisi culture, mwanamke mwenye ana teacher.
Red flag.
Red flag.
Yes.
But they don't see it as labor. They see it as a woman being a woman. Part of being a woman comes with so much labor expectations that are not even quantified. Unasikia eti bibi yangu afanyangi kazi anakuanga nyumbani. Lakini umekuja nyumbani umepata nguo safi, umepata watoto wamekula, hata hujuangi kama homework kimefanywa, haujuangi. If you quantify this, it is actually providing. But because it's not bills amelipa, most people believe that huyo anakuanga housewife afanyangi kitu. You can say this, most men cannot control themselves. Wengi wao. Na si wanaume wote wana cheat, but there are very good men out there that don't cheat. That is a fact. So usidhani eti because promiscuity has been normalized that you have to do it. But then you don't have to do it. Yes.
Did we monetize relationships?
Oh, relationships have always been monetized. Hakuna mtu monetize every relationship in this world. And maybe, that's why I'm saying maybe I'm not the right one for this Nini podcast about relationships. Kwa sababu, what people have not monetized right now is the exchange of money for sex. That is what is monetized. But relationships have always been transactional.
Okay.
In Kisi culture, let me use basic Kisi culture. Esigana.
Yes.
What was the nini ya kwenda kunini kufanya kuangalia boma ya mwanaume?
Si ajue how the lady if she's hard working, she's wifely. Vitu kama hizo. Na kujua kama ile boma ni wachawi.
Huyu mwanaume akona njia ya kulisha huyu mwanamke. In fact in kisi kuna wanasemanga omo omuro mongaini amigania makere mugondo chingombe chio koru nyankongo. That a bright young man.
Yes.
Anaenda nafanya kazi. And then he takes whatever he produces from this farm, goes to Nyankongo. Nyankongo used to be a market. Nyankongo, Bobaracho.
Yes.
And then anaenda huko, and exchange his farm produce. Walikuwa exchanging na Wamasai na Wakalenjin. Analeta ng'ombe. Ng'ombe zinakuwa makabe. Ng'ombe they go pay down.
Ngoja kwanza. Gusieke ulitoa wapi?
Chana mungaini.
Okay.
So anaenda an exchange anapewa ng'ombe. Nimeharibu microphone pole. With my expressive nini. So anaenda an exchange hizi ng'ombe. Anaenda anachukua mwanamke. Mugisangia kurekeke eke nyabundi. Iyo eke aende anunue kagina kakueka kakuku akahango kwaka karosia kabori akabori karosia ng'ombe sijue ng'ombe erigiki chipe makabe ikileta mwanamke atengeneze omomura arenda omochi. There was never a time in African culture where relationships were simply based on love. In fact, in Africa, hakuna kitu kama love. In our traditional African culture. Hakuna kitu kama love. Kama ungekuwa na love, hatungekuwa na kitu kama uko kurura. What they used to confirm was simple. Can this man feed our girl? And what the man used to confirm from his side, huyu msichana akikuja, atatengeneza
boma.
That is very transactional. Very. In fact, today, we are very lucky that girls only ask for money. Very lucky. There is an upsurge of there's a surge of black Americans coming to Africa, passport bros. Wanaitwa passport bros. Wanachukua passport wanakuja Africa kutafuta Samabani ni wenye sasa wanaendanga ni wakisii walienda wakakuwa wanakuja during summer. Sasa passport bros ni wenye walizaliwa huko wazungu na Waamerika na black Americans, then they decide to take, wanaambiwa in Africa women are cheap, hata wako expensive kama hawa wazungu wenye wanaringa wataki kufanya kazi ya nyumba. So wanaenda wanachukua passport wanakuja kutafuta bibi. Akina Jairelo, there's a guy anaitwa Jairelo alikuja in Kenya, wasichana wa Kenya wakamcancel kabisa, wakampotezea TikTok, watu walienda kumsalimia. Juu alidhani akikuja Kenya atapata wasichana cheap wengi. Wanafika, you can go do your research. Wanafika Africa, wanaenda Nigeria, wanaambiwa ndio uguze msichana wetu. Ng'ombe ngapi? 50. Anasema kumbe wasichana wa Afrika wako submissive kwa sababu ushalipa. Ni kitu ya maana in Tharaka Nithi County. Unajua ndio uchukue mwanamke unafaa ulipe nini? Sema mbuzi 20. Unatoa ng'ombe. Asali vibuyu 10. Za asali kilo moja sasa ni pesa ngapi?
I was thinking asali ni ya Wakamba.
Na ujue hiyo sasa ndio hiyo tunaita traditional African culture. Hiyo ndio tunaita traditional. Kitambo gusi unatoa ng'ombe. Unanunua sijui blanketi sijui za nini. Unanunua marangeti, unanunua suguri. Unafanya nini?
Marangeti na suguri was kind of a replacement because msichana alikuwa analala na mama yake.
Yes.
So when you remove the warmth of the
so una replace
the blanket.
Yes.
And because she used to help kupika, now
unapeana sufuri.
Yes.
Where is cheap hapo? We are even lucky they are asking for money. Mtu anakuomba rent ya 10,000. Bei ya ng'ombe sasa ni ngapi?
50k at least.
Alafu, so there is never a time relationships were purely at non-financial.
Okay.
Kuna mtu niliona akisema, there is a pastor nilisikia akisema aje, I can't remember his name, ningemshout out. Alikuwa anasema, nikisema this is my phone. What does it mean? I took money
nikaenda kwa duka nikanunua.
Basi hii tuko na crop ya wanaume wenye wanataka kusema my girlfriend. Acha niachie hapo, lakini anakuulizaje? Anakuuliza, babe please eat for me. Najui umetoa wapi hiyo hapa. Lakini anataka kuite my. Uko na mtu anaitwa my wife.
Let me ask this, now that this aspect of possession is coming in.
Yes.
Is a man supposed to provide for the girlfriend or the wife?
Oh, how will you make a wife if you don't provide at the girlfriend stage? Because at the girlfriend stage, and let me explain it in African culture. In African culture, the whole point of doing a pre-visit ilikuwa nini? Because they never used to. You see, your pre-visit is what is today called dating. Unaona? Okay. Leo hiyo yenye tunaita dating is what the African culture walikuwa wanaenda wanafanya pre-visit. Wanauliza uko na ng'ombe. So saa hii kwa sababu siwezi tuma anko yangu akuje kwenu kukuuliza kama uko na ng'ombe, nitakwambia gasi imeisha.
But sasa si eventually
ninyamaze nikuangalie.
Eventually I'll pay the dowry. So
yes, and what am I giving you in exchange? Will you ever wash a utensil in that house? Except unasikia paka mtu anasema aje ati he is a good man. Imagine bibi yake akiwa mgonjwa anapikanga. Which means the wife is the default. Is the default cleaner. Number 2, do you know birth? Birth, kuzaa is a deadly affair.
I know.
Wacha ni explain mimi nimezaa. So basically you are taking me and at my feet you are putting the responsibility to give you children that will take your last name, by the way. Pataitwa Nyaswabu.
Yes.
Hakuna mtu atakumbuka nilifungua miguu 360 hospitali nikiambia daktari haki niangalie. Niangalie kwanza. The name they will take ni yako. And it's a very African thing because continuity
ya mama.
Continuity ya nini? Ya familia. And again, look at what Kikuyu men do. Tutaongea hiyo story.
Anyway.
Unataka kusema tumemaliza time?
No.
Hapo wakati ninaongea kuhusu the sacrifice of bringing life. So hiyo ndio time inaisha. Ni sawa. No. So basically I don't think, and any man, for me, any man that has a problem with refilling my gas, that has a problem, and I'm not saying I have gas issues, I refill my gas, please, I'm single right now, and I do it. But what's the point of having you Nyaswabu and I continue to refill my gas? What difference are you making in my life then?
Is the boyfriend, it's not the man.
No, the thing is you are operating on an idea of feeling. But I've told you from the word go, there is no relationship you get into in this world, even with your mother, that is not transactional. If you can understand that your mother can mistreat your child if you don't send money during Christmas holidays, please start to understand why I will not be picking. Now, say you imagine, hujawahi nipea kitu na unashinda ukinipigia simu 50,000 times. So you want me to feel motivated to pick up your calls and tell you, and which, by the way, it has been proven that women are more feminine when they have someone taking care of them. So if you want the best part of a woman, it's like a dini. Ni kama ile kitu ya kufanya gambling. Lazima urushe hiyo coin. Ni kama zile simu za kitambo. Unarusha coin, time inaongezeka, mnaongea. So uwezi niambia ati, right now you call me, I am stressed about rent. You want to call me and ask me, babe umekula? babe umekula? Unlimited marriage, maybe it's, babe umekula? And I'm like, so hii kukula ndio i happen. Unaona ni nini nafaa i happen? Nafaa nikuwe na gas, nafaa nikuwe na nini? Na unaniuliza kama nini?
Let me give you this perspective of men. Because men tend to be logical planners. Let me use that term. Like a man will have 3 million in the account, anafikiria kununua kashamba mahali. But wewe uko stressed na 10k yenye haja kutumia ya kwenda kuunda nywele na kucha na kadhalika. But his thoughts are not fixed on this.
Then he is not ready for a girlfriend. It's simple as that. How are you able to understand that? Mimi saa hii kama sitaweza kununua gari ya 1 million, wacha niachane na mambo ya gari. Lakini kwa wasichana hapo ndio unataka ubageni. Aya, alafu the other thing, na sisi pole kwa kusound hivyo. Lakini ukweli ni kwamba there is no woman in this world that is free. Even your mother was not free. But men understand that when it comes to their mother, they are like, and you are even bitter with your father for not providing for your mother because you saw her struggling. But wewe mtoto wa mwingine msichana,
you always incite kids against us.
You want, nobody incites kids against you. Let me tell you sasa ukweli sahi. Kids can see. Kids see. Ati unapata mtu mamako tangu zaliwe wewe mamako hajawahi inua mgongo hivi juu kutoka kwa shamba za watu.
No, you always
do you need to be incited for you to see that situation?
Na watoto. So all the time
then baba yako ako wapi hiyo time?
Ngoja isotara kora.
Obo chago chese town center agabu. Obo chago chese aganyete marogo bache kage chiri mokire kiri motame. By that time, it is true. Maybe it's because I have seen these things happen live. Maybe ndio maana niko na perspective. And sometimes unapata mtu mwago wewe ni simba. Wewe uguzwi, hauongeleshwi. Kwanza ukikuja sahani yako ya ugali unasema mimi sikuli ugali baridi. Napikiwa fresh. Huyu mwanamke mwenye unataka aende jikoni kuwasha moto kukupikia ugali fresh, na kama niko sure kuna watu watasikia video yenye baba zao walikuwa hivyo. Mama yako, babako hata juu kuni ilitoka wapi kwa hiyo nyumba. Obo charo ko chesa, he was scratching his balls up in public akifanya hivi, akirusha obo cha, akiulizwa anasema eti alilipa fee. Unaona? Alilipa fee ni sawa. Hajaijua nguo ilinunuliwa lini mwisho kwa hiyo nyumba. Hajawahi jua. Do you know kulipa fee? Let me now talk because I pay fee. I pay fee. I'm a single mother and I pay fee myself. Sawa. Let me tell you bono ingo montacha ntaithinga kazi yako ni kulipa fee, usifanye kitu kingine. Nitakubali haraka. Nitaona wewe ni mjinga. Hii ni fala, wacha nikubali haraka kabla ajue where the real problem is. The real problem lies in the daily provision. Kununua chakula kila siku. Unasikia mara nguo zimeoshwa mara mbili, omo imeisha. Unasema fee. School fees. Juu school fees nitatafuta mara moja nilipe, nimalizane nayo. So unapata mtu yeye amekaa hapo hivyo anajiscratch balls, alilipa fee. Na hata hiyo fee amekuambia je, mwana ndikuira wana academy. Mwana serikali njaa hata free payment.
Si kama serikali inasema who are we? Sisi ni nani?
So yeye ametafuta 15,000 za mwaka. That's day school. Yenye kwa hapo karibu. Na tunaongelea because most people watu wengi hawezi afford anyway private schools. So we are talking about an average home. Sawa. Mwana isote vile hiyo. Nyoko yanga kwa in fact wacha niseme saa hii msikilizaji funga macho yako. Imagine your mother. Unaona hiyo nguo umeona? Hiyo. Umeiona akiwa ameiva juu, aliivaa mpaka ikamjua na jina. Ni ukweli.
Akionekana tu from 1 kilometer.
Unajua ni mama ngori. Sababu hakuwahi hata pata time ya kukua mwanamke eti change nguo. And then you turn around when you grow up as a child, you start to see those things. Kama wewe ni mtoto sensible that is. Unakaa chini unajiuliza, guy, kumbe hivi ndio vitu zilikuwa. That is when now they start saying atiaba ana gukina mbari gukurigereri.
No, you incite kids against us.
Yes, why put your things in order so that you don't say that when your children are your age. Put your things in order.
I want to taka ndio nikuita tena. You know people want to listen to you again. I want you to first talk to the new generation of mothers.
Yes.
And their mothers. The new generation of mothers and their mothers, because kuna vile society is shifting, and they are being left to do things on their own, kutafuta, and then mwanaume comes in, transactional. I had a talk here the other day and the guest was telling me kuna watoto these stories are, we talking about divorce. So you've separated with your husband, but the kids are still there.
Yeah.
So wanaishi na wewe, wanaenda kwa baba yao for 1 week. When they go to their dad, they meet another woman. When they come back to your house, they meet another man.
Yeah.
So wako hapa katikati, they don't know exactly what's happening. So just 1 minute.
Yeah.
Now, because one thing I know, your mom knows you. Yes. Ile makosa unafanya, ile ujinga uko nayo anajua. So sometimes our mothers let us do things zenye sistahili. So in a minute or so, because at the end of the day, when there's backlash, it doesn't affect men as it affects women. Yeah, society forgives men easily than
that women. Is true. Yes. And because you know you're living in that world, avoid men at all costs.
Avoid men again.
Yes, avoid men. No, it's true. It's true.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like when you are getting into a business, and it's like when I tell you, guaranteed if you buy a Pro Box, it's an example, you will get an accident. Why would you buy that Pro Box? You men have told you continually, they are polygamous by nature. You are there, you want to be loved. You want to be in a monogamous marriage. Why would you go for a model of a car that has told you 100% nitakuangusha ukinipanda? It doesn't make sense either as a business or any other logical context. It doesn't make sense. But in the event you want a man, in the event you feel like you need one, which we don't fault you for. People make mistakes all the time. Go for one that you will not regret making that decision. If you know that a Pro Box will cause an accident, but unaambiwa in the period you will drive this Pro Box, you will make business and all that, go for it. It's probably a good risk. But if you feel like you cannot be in a marriage, just keep away. Keep away from the men. It's as simple as that. If you are a man and you feel like you cannot be in a marriage, keep away from women. It's not that hard. And I know that's not the advice you are looking for. But ukweli ni kwamba don't put yourself in situations where someone or someone has the ability to crush you at any time, whether it's emotionally, financially, or spiritually. Young woman, become unpunishable. Because society will punish women harsher than it punishes men. So if you feel like you need to make enough money to be unpunishable so that you can access the level of men that again can deal with a woman that is empowered, do that. If you feel like you want to date for love, do that, but no, you'll do it with a pinch of salt.
Next time you be coming here, I want to look at the concept of women empowerment.
Okay.
Because I'll give you a snippet that, for example, in Kisii town alone, we have almost 4,000 bodabodas.
Yeah.
Na sisemi bodaboda hawajakuwa empowered. But there's a crop of ladies who say, mimi siwezi olewa na msee wa boda.
Yes.
So, hawa wasichana wanaenda wapi? Hawa wasee wanaoa nani? It's a lot for another day. So, tushikilie hiyo.
Yes.
Ukirelia? Hiyo ni moto. I think I should have more of these kwa issue so that we can have these conversations, and I think if we talk like this and understand each other, tutaacha kuchomana.
Yes, watu wasichomane.
Tutaacha kuchomana.
Watu wasichomane, please.
Kupelekana mbio na vitu zenye they don't make a lot of sense.
Oh yeah.
Society. Thank you for following all through. Ngoro kunyaswabu. This is Madam Fredah.
Yes.
Do so.
See you on the next one.
Yes, I want to give sincere gratitude to Baraka Studios, our hosts for this show all day, every day. Tunamshukuru sana. Na see you next time. Subscribe hapa chini bana, ndio tuendelee kujijenga. Bye.
Bye.
Hii nyingine mwete.
Hii ni mwete.